Hello everyone, and thank you for tuning in. Today we'll be talking about XRP, Ripple. This is my continued effort to try to cover the top 10 cryptocurrencies because I think the top 10 would be the most relevant. Despite what you might think of them, I've covered Bitcoin, Ethereum, Chainlink. Tether's a stablecoin, so that doesn't really matter. Um, uh, Cardano. I'd like to cover Polkadot, but I'm waiting for a little bit more price history. I did cover Bitcoin Cash, and here I am going to cover Ripple, which is number 4 on the crypto by market cap. So whatever you think of it, or despite what you think of it, it's a relevant coin. It's the fourth largest cryptocurrency by market cap, and therefore we should take it seriously. Now, I have drawn these lines, these ambiguous, superfluous lines, but essentially this is kind of like the same kind of setup I have with Litecoin because I believe that both of those coins share same patterns, so to speak. Now, XRP seems to have two kinds of moves. One, it's going to be a very, very short-lived pump, but they're massive. This one was 126 days. This pump here is about 70 days. And this one was 21 days. 3 weeks, 4 weeks. These are amazing because when you look at them and you take a measured move, this one was up to the wick, that was 570, 80%. This one was to the wick, 5,000%. This one here to the wick is 1,500%. This one to the wick also 163%. So, excluding this one, these are pumps that are amazing. And to be honest, for anyone who's wanting to make money in cryptocurrency, like those are opportunities you want to be a part of. The problem with XRP is the fact that it has these long lulls of bleeding. You lost 92% there from the candle body. This is 90%. This is currently from the candle body. You'd have lost 90% if you've been holding it. And that's the problem. You can't necessarily afford to, or I would say it's not wise to just simply buy and hold XRP. Probably a better way of thinking is like, look, like during this time, these long lows, you could have been in Bitcoin or any other altcoin that would have been proven better to hold than XRP. And that is something to factor in as well. The factor of how long you're going to have to wait. How long you're going to have to wait until you see something massive like this, if it ever comes. Because mind you, we also have to take into consideration that this might never happen again. But for some, like me, it's a gamble that I'm at least interested enough to throw some money at. Because the risk to reward is probably very very great, especially if you're buying at the bottom here. But that is something to consider, to factor in time, because time is money, and time can also make you money. And if you're an XRP, well, that money's not being made. So the better idea, more calculated guess and informed decisions would be, well, let's look at where XRP does pump. Here, here, and you could say here. And if we go back to Bitcoin, we're looking at September, October of 2014. What was Bitcoin doing? What was Bitcoin doing during March of 2017 and December 2017? So, December 2017 is easy. That was the peak of Bitcoin. March of 2017 was right here. And then September 2014 was here around this time. So what does these 2014 and the blow off top would have been, I would say, the kind of the altcoin rally after the peak of Bitcoin. And people might not remember 2014 for that, but you can definitely remember it from 2017, when that's when Ethereum went up to $1,400. That's when XRP really rose and almost caused the flip of Ethereum and XRP, where XRP would become number two. That is something to consider, and that is indicative to a lot of altcoins, and something that I'll bet we're going to see when Bitcoin makes a new all-time high, where it peaks this cycle. You will see at that point, for a span of a few weeks, and with XRP, it was really just 3 weeks, 4 weeks of price movement of altcoins going bananas. This one here is the most interesting. This middle one here in March 2017. Well, when looking at it on this chart, it's, well, like Bitcoin was in the middle of the bull run. However, if you take a line to the previous all-time high before 2017 and draw it out, you'll see that that's the time when Bitcoin broke its all-time high, retraced, made its support, and then continued on its rally. That is this indication, and this is the biggest pump that we saw. So that's the one that I'm most interested in. Well, how does this get replicated? Well, the replication is, well, first the factor needs to be that Bitcoin needs to break its previous all-time high and then make its support. So it cannot dip back down below. And that's how we got this pump. And so knowing this, knowing roughly when XRP pumps, cuts that factor of time, right? Now you have an idea of, okay, well, when we look at Bitcoin and Bitcoin's doing X, then it might be around this time where XRP will do Y, for example. And so that'll save you time in these moments here. So you can just ignore these moments of bleeding and just wait until Bitcoin makes the move to a previous all-time to make the previous all-time high support, and that's when you can start accumulating XRP. And probably what the play would be here, and I'm pretty confident about this, is that yes, we did see XRP rally here, but I would make the argument that, well, this period and this period are two different environments. Here Bitcoin made a new all-time high, and then altcoins all shot up. So I think comparing this to this point, because we're at that line, people might think, oh, this is where XRP is going to rebound. I entirely disagree, but chances are low, but never zero. But I would make the argument these are two different environments. This was the altcoin craze of 2018. And this is still, we're in the where we haven't even made met the all-time high of Bitcoin yet. So that is something to consider. What I would gander is that well, with current market sentiment, if Bitcoin continues to be bullish, continues to outpace altcoins will bleed, and XRP is not going to be protected from this. The valuation against Bitcoin will continue to go down, much like what we saw here. It's going to be a slow bleed that lasts for weeks, and you can already see, like, since October of last year, of 2019, it's been a slow bleed down, a very, very slow bleed down. So that is one scenario. Another scenario, which is entirely possible, that XRP does pump. It does pump, let's be super bullish. It pumps this. I was wrong. This was going to be acting as support, and XRP reverses. Well, at that point, I missed the boat. I am not going to chase this. This is the last kind of coin you want to be chasing. You kind of want to already be holding XRP when that comes. So to the people who hold XRP, congratulations, you made a lot of money. But for anyone who's looking to make an XRP position, if it does pump like that, I wouldn't recommend, buying on the way. This is kind of the one where you want to be already holding some while it's pumping. So there's that to consider. Another one could be like what we saw here in the summer when Bitcoin did start moving sideways, which could very well happen right now, where Bitcoin starts to level off here at 15,000, around 15,000, 15,500. And altcoins start to gain momentum because Bitcoin's moving sideways. And we can definitely see something like this where it's like a 40% move, it goes back up. But I would gander that it wouldn't be a massive pump. If we zoom in here, we can see that there's just this constant trend downward. So like XRP can move up, but probably would top out here and then continue its way down. So what am I looking for? What I am looking for is to consider buying XRP in this lower channel here. I will not buy it by any means above it or at the line. If it pumps here, I'm SOL, and I will not chase it, and I'll find an opportunity somewhere else. That is the first condition. It must be within this trading channel. The second condition, Bitcoin has to be near the $20,000 mark. If it's near the $20,000 mark and things are still looking good, well then that'll be around the time where I'll start thinking, okay, what's the probability in this kind of time frame Bitcoin hits the $20,000 mark and makes its support? And that's the third key factor. If it does break $20,000, will it make its support? And if those conditions are met, then it's quite likely, or could not, but I would bet it could, that XRP starts pumping. So those are my conditions. Has to be, I'm buying it within this channel here. Bitcoin has to have a likely probability that it's going to go past $20,000. And the third condition is, will it make it support? And so those two factors, latter factors, are very, very important because let me paint you two scenarios with Bitcoin. Well, let's take current sentiment right now. Bitcoin has been rising about I think it's like 30%, 50% in the past few weeks, and it's now at 15,000. And it almost touched $16,000. We're roughly around our price about 25% away from $20,000. At this moment, I think momentum, it's entirely possible Bitcoin can do this now. However, I would argue that it would not make its support now. I think that we're probably a little too overextended. It is very likely, more likely than holding it as support, it's more likely that we'll come back down to the 20-week or go back down in general. We'll not make it as support. And because of that condition, and because of that's my anticipation, I would not be buying XRP even if at this moment Bitcoin does decide to go to $20,000 in the next few weeks, for example. However, let me flip up the 20-week moving average because that'll paint my picture a little well. So $20,000 is like here. I drew that crudely, but say Bitcoin moves sideways here. Moving average comes up. Bitcoin makes contact with the moving average, kind of moves along with it, and then shoots up like this. Roughly around when Bitcoin hits the 20-week and is rising above it, and it's a slower move. So note, like these are the two scenarios. If the momentum for Bitcoin continues and we shoot up like this I will not consider for XRP. This move, it could be a lot different, but something like this where Bitcoin does test the 20-week again, holds it as support, and it rises still, and with that move, I'd be more confident to front load and front anticipate. So buy a little early with XRP because I am confident that this move here, Bitcoin will hold the 20-week, which is a good sign for a bullish indicator. And then it's a slower move. And at that point, I'm confident that Bitcoin will hit 20K in the short-term future. At the time, I mean, like this line's going to 2021 of May, but I'm confident that Bitcoin will, hold the line, break $20,000, and then come back down and make its support. And because of that, that's when I will consider the idea of buying XRP. Those conditions have to be met. If not, then I won't risk it. And for any of you guys who do decide, I wish you the best of luck in your investment. But that's essentially what I wanted to talk about today, you guys. I know there's a lot of mixed reviews about XRP, but it's number 4 because it's number 4. I want to take it seriously, and this is me taking it seriously. Like I'm trying to identify when the best time is to buy XRP, when it's the best time to consider buying XRP, because I would be lying to myself if I said I don't like XRP. It's a scam coin. I don't want to be a part of it. That's essentially me turning down a potential 4,000% move, which I want to be a part of. Like, I am not lying. I want to be a part of this if I can do it. And so these are reasons why I would consider buying XRP. Those conditions have to be met in that sense. And also, mind you, I will not be throwing all of my portfolio into XRP. We're talking a small portion of my entire portfolio because, as I said earlier, but I think it deserves repeating. These moves may never happen again. It may never happen again. We could forever move in this channel. XRP can just, keep moving sideways for eternity. We simply don't know. But I would say, based on historic price moves of XRP in relation to what Bitcoin was doing, this is an educated guess, so to speak, rather than just throwing money at it and just waiting. So that's all I wanted to talk about, you guys, today. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, hit the like button down below. If you really liked it, hit subscribe. I'll see you later, you guys. Take care.